In the spring of 1770, the city of Rome held its breath. A quiet genius was at work, not with brush or chisel, but with ear and mind. Within the sacred confines of the Vatican, guarded by tradition, a musical fortress stood, Allegri's Miserere. The air was charged with anticipation, one hearing, one chance. In a cathedral bathed in candlelight, an 8-year-old boy listened with rapt attention. His name, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. The stakes were high, the piece was a closely kept secret, performed only during Holy Week. Yet, with audacious confidence, the young prodigy committed each note to memory. Back at his lodgings, Mozart set quill to paper. Every nuance, every divine harmony transcribed with astonishing accuracy, a feat deemed impossible by many. The masterpiece, once locked away, now lay open to the world. The Vatican's centuries-old veil was lifted. Miserere was a secret no more. But for Mozart, this was just the beginning. Born in Salzburg, Austria, on January 27, 1756, Wolfgang was not just another child in a family of composers, he was a miracle of nature. His father, Leopold Mozart, was a respected composer and educator. Even as a young child, little Wolfgang would soon show the world he was destined for more than just familial fame. By the age of 3, he was picking out melodies on the harpsichord. By 4, he was composing simple pieces that left his family in awe. The world was not ready for what was coming. At 6, as the family embarked on a grand European tour, Wolfgang performed before kings and queens, his talent shining brighter than the finest jewels. But this was just the prologue. Mozart's rise was meteoric. This wasn't merely about performing, it was about a young man crafting a new universe of sound. Each symphony, each sonata was like a burst of color on a canvas, blurring the lines between childlike wonder and mature depth. His youthfulness belied a profound understanding of the human experience, imbuing every note with emotion that was beyond his years. By his teens, he had composed not only symphonies, but operas that captivated audiences, establishing him as the new voice of classical music. His elegance was unmistakable, yet critics struggled to accept this young man. Amidst the praise, jealousy brewed, particularly from the establishment that clung to tradition. They called him precocious, they called him a genius, but Mozart was merely being himself. At just 21, Mozart was unfurling his wings. His opera, The Abduction from the Seraglio, was a turning point, a vibrant reflection of his genius. Critics were captivated, audiences enchanted. It was proof that he could rival the greatest composers of his day. But it didn't stop there. The world awaited his next move. Every piece he composed, from the Magic Flute to Don Giovanni, was groundbreaking, blending the styles of the Baroque and classical periods into a delectable fusion that could entice anyone, even those who had never felt music before. With the frivolous charm of Viennese life swirling around him, Mozart pushed boundaries, embracing wider themes. Love, loss, struggle, every facet of existence found its way into his symphonies, resonating with listeners across the spectrum. But even genius encounters its shadows. As the glittering court of Vienna upheld a facade of glitz and glamour, behind it lay struggle. Money issues, rivalries with fellow composers, and personal hardships plagued Mozart's life. Not one to bow to adversity, he soldiered on, crafting music that resonated with his core. His tumultuous marriage to Constanze Weber brought both joy and strain. Still, amid these trials, he continued to compose, reaffirming that music would always be his sanctuary. Yet, as his world grew darker, a financial storm loomed. Despite his vast output, he found himself bedeviled by debt, a tragic irony for such a monumental talent. On December 5, 1791, the world lost Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He left behind a legacy that was as profound as the silence left in the wake of his passing. Over 600 works that would change the landscape of classical music forever. Music that continues to resonate, transcend, and inspire. His impact, a clarion call to generations of composers, be it Beethoven, Chopin, or even modern musicians today, each has felt the tremors of Mozart's genius. His innovations, particularly in harmony, melody, and form, largely shaped the trajectory of Western classical music. Mozart's legacy echoes through concert halls, in film scores, even on the streets. He became not just a composer, but an icon, an emblem of the enduring power of creativity. So, what does it mean to be a prodigy like Mozart? Beyond the notes, beyond the accolades, lies a life dedicated to art that remains as relevant today as it was in the 18th century. It's an invitation to dream, to create, to push the boundaries of what's possible. As we listen to Mozart's symphonies, we understand understand that genius is not merely a talent, it's a journey that emerges from the depths of struggle, passion, and relentless pursuit of excellence. What do you think of Mozart's legacy? Has his music reached you in unexpected ways? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Prodigy Pulse, where genius is just the beginning.